Ladies and gentlemen, they will drain you. You want to be around people that you can learn from, that you can grow from. Dr. Dennis Kimball out of Atlanta said, if you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. Blessed, can I change them? No. It's a full-time job changing yourself. There are some people that's comfortable being negative, comfortable being a volunteer victim. There's some people that's so negative they can walk into a dark room and begin to develop. Oh, behave. My medication wearing off now. You're talking about earning more money. You got to be serious. One sickness can wipe out a fortune. 95% of the people put it right up there with oxygen. And let me tell you something, fellas, even if you're as homeless as I am, you got some money, women will find something cute on you. Oh, he's got earlobes like Tom Cruise. He's got a walk like Denzel Washington. I used to be so broke, I'd walk past a bank and trip the alarm. Creditors would call the house and my children would answer the phone and say, my daddy say he ain't home. And sometimes they would catch me on the phone. May I speak to Les Brown, please? Sorry, but he's not here. You sound like Les Brown. Don't you go there, big boy. Oh my God. Red Fox said money can't buy you happiness, but it can make a big down payment. Oh, this thing called life. Here's something else. Write this down. You're going to fail your way to success. There are people who look promising. They're going to disappoint you, hurt your feelings. There are people who should be there to encourage you, to motivate you. They're going to be the #1 members of the discouragement club. Before things get better for you, they're going to get real bad. When you have a dream, think it not strange that you'll face the fiery furnaces of this world. You will, not you might, you will have tribulations. How many of you know that's true? Raise your hands, please. Things are going to happen to you. And don't complain. Don't go around telling everybody. 80% don't care. 20% glad it's you. Suck it up and keep on prospecting and make it happen. Life is happening to everybody. Everybody, let us say together, lead and grow your wings on the way down. See, in order to control your destiny, you've got to be a risk taker. You got to be willing to risk people talking about you. You got to be willing to risk. We're told more about our limitations rather than our potential, and so most people just can't see themselves doing better. But you're different. You see some things they can't see. And I encourage you, every one of you in this room right now, you're here for a reason. How many of you know people who should be here? Raise your hands, please. Yes. But you know what? They're in their rightful place. Their rightful place is where their thoughts have brought them. Their true place is where their thoughts can take them. Everybody is in their rightful place. Here's something else. Seek out positive information. I want you to write this down. My Facebook page is brown.less. Every day we post a positive message there. Every day at brown.less. Because you're in this room, I want you to write this down. Because we're going to send you, we're going to do something called presentation power. You're going to get a chance to view some videos that will give you some directions. But more importantly, I'll tell you what I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you 7 power strategies of how to be a powerful storyteller. So email me at yes@lesbrown.com and say, send me the 7 principles. Mention that you were at this convention. We'll send that to you free. It will give you a guideline how to tell your story. When I started off this presentation, I started off telling my story. I was born in the poor section of Miami, Florida, in Liberty City. Born in an abandoned building with a twin brother. Do you remember I told you that? My mother worked on Miami Beach as a domestic worker, making up beds, cooking for families. Remember I told you that? See, your story is your power. How many of you have gone through some things? Raise your hands, please. How many of you have experienced some things in your life? Raise your hands, please. How many of you have periods in your life like me where you're temporarily insane? Raise your hand, please. Your story. The presentation power will tell you how to tell your story. I've given lectures at Harvard, Yale, spoken around the world, telling my story. You got a story too. Here's what the power of the story does and why it's important in your presentation and building your organization and why it's going to give you the upper hand and how to recruit people and how many of you like to get A players? Raise your hands, please. Good. Here's what your story does. Write this down. Distract. See, how people live their lives is a result of the story they believe about themselves. When you are presenting one-on-one or a small group or in a large group, when you tell your story, you are creating an interruption. When you're telling your story about the business of being on a path of creating financial independence, you're interrupting their story, what psychologists call the self-explanatory style. So distract. Let us say together, distract. Here's the other one. Say dispute. When you are going through your presentation, and we're going to teach you how to do this, you're dismantling their limited belief system where they've been programmed to believe only in having a job, the journey of the broke, where they're miserable. They go to work, where they pay them just enough to keep them from quitting, and they work just hard enough to keep from getting fired. That's what you call mixed emotions. Seeing somebody you hate drive off a cliff in your car. You are glad they're gone, but not in my car. Can you feel me up in here, Can you feel me? People go to jobs that they hate, 87% of Americans, and guess what? And they pray they don't get fired. That's no way to live. That's why you're here. You just said, you know what? No, I ain't going out like this. You know, I'm telling you. And people think you're crazy, and you are. You gotta be crazy today. You got to be out of your mind. My favorite book said, let that mind be in you. You got to have another mind in you that says, I got this. This is my life. I own this. I'm gonna call the shots here. Nobody's gonna tell me how much I'm worth, what time I can take a lunch break. I'm not going to anybody and ask for permission to take my family on vacation. No, I got this. I've got a vehicle that can take me to another place. That's why you said yes. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Just before we were talking about to go outside our comfort zone.
Yes.
And there are also some books about letting go. How do we know when we have to let go or be perseverant or committed or persistent? It's my own difficulty. I'm very persistent, but sometimes maybe too much, I don't know.
You know, we don't always know that. I mean, let me give you an example. I've been out in Los Angeles for about 5 years now, looking to have a production company to sponsor a new talk show. I had a talk show 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I've done so many interviews, and they all say he's great, he's sharp, and he's old. So I leave the interview to tell my person who came there and set the meeting up, he's old. I know he's sharp, but he's old. And then I was looking at television the other day on the Discovery Channel, and a program comes on. Now, my show is designed to give people hope. In the United States, more people died from suicide than from traffic accidents, okay?
Wow.
Now, I think something's wrong with that. My program is designed to give people hope and inspire them to increase their skill set in this age of what the late Peter Drucker calls the era of the three C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition, and to create collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. The program that I saw on television that shocked me, among many, was Naked and Afraid. Two women. No, it was a man and a woman, naked, on an island. And this television show was designed to watch them while they're trying to learn how to survive on the island, naked and afraid. And at that moment, I said to myself, don't go and audition anymore. Don't go and talk to anyone else about your concept of using television not just to entertain people, but to empower them. Find another way to do this. Now, do I see that as giving up on that medium? Because they're more concerned about head trash. I don't want to be in that toilet. Maybe I can carve out something else. Maybe I can have my own channel on YouTube and create a motivational channel from that place and be able to reach people around the world. And so maybe the instrument that I'm to use is not regular television, but the internet. But leave that alone. That's not my place.
If I understand well, you have your purpose.
Yes.
And you keep your purpose, but you just change the way
that I approach it.
Yes, so your goal was not to have a production, but your goal was to impact people.
To impact people's lives. And to them, I'm old because I'm 69. To me, I'm not retired, I'm refired. I'm ready to take it to the next level. I'm here to find out what is it that I have left. I've got a lot of life in me. And so I'm not going to let them to define what my contribution before I leave the planet is going to be. I'm just not going to try and get into that arena to do it. But just like now, you're giving me another avenue. I didn't even know you. And here you are talking to me. And this is going to be seen by people that had it not been for this relationship, this collaborative relationship, people who will see me who would have never had access to me otherwise.
And I will do my best to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I want you to write this down, Choosing Your Future. It's a program that we've created that's designed to put in place for you to work on yourself. A systematic process that changes your mindset. It's possible, it's necessary, it's you, it's hard, it's worth it, it's done. It's 6 CDs. Repeat after me, please. It's possible. Yeah, see, the easiest thing that I do now is come up on stage and speak to you. That's easy. But the most difficult thing that I've ever done, and it took me years to do, was to believe that I can do it. To believe that I could stand up and not be afraid and speak from my heart and think and be able to present. To believe that that was possible for me. For 14 years, I didn't do it. Mike Williams said, Les, you can do more than what you're now doing. But I didn't believe it. I just couldn't see myself doing it. I'm saying to you, there's some things that you can accomplish that you can't see right now. My favorite book says, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you when you're willing to say yes, when you're willing to move forward, when you're willing to come back again and again and again in pursuit of your dream. Life will respond to you. You'll discover some things about yourself. Mindset transformation is very important. Be ye not conformed to this world. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You don't want to think like everybody else. You want uncommon thinking. Here's the other thing. Expand your skill set. This is the age of what the late Peter Drucker calls the era of the 3 C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. So you have to expand your skill set to stay ahead of technology and cheap labor abroad. When I was a kid, you got on an elevator, I was an elevator boy. What floor, please? We operated elevators manually. Then we're going through creative destruction. Somebody created an elevator that didn't require a person being there employed to close the door and take the people to the designated floor. When I was a kid, girls would say, what do you want to do when you become an adult? I want to be an operator, a long-distance operator. Years ago, when you made a long-distance call, you had to call a long-distance operator. Then somebody created technology that you can dial direct. Am I making this up? Anybody remember use that call a long-distance operator? It's called creative destruction. Mr. Washington. Young man, yes, sir. What do you want to do with your life? I want to buy my mother a home, sir. I want to take care of my mother. You do? Yes, sir. I want to make my mother proud. How can you say you want to make your mother proud and you were in the dean's office the other day for fighting? Sir, they call me DT, the dumb twin. So you're going to fight them? Yes, sir. Why, Brown? Why? Anger is the wind that blows out the lamp of the mind. How do I get even, sir? Tell me. They pick on me all the time because it takes me longer to learn things than others. I'm not like my sister at the University of Miami. I'm not like my brother. They always compare me to him. Mr. Brown, you want to get even? Yes, sir. He said, you have a good memory, young man. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, sir. Remember these words by Frank Sinatra. The best revenge is massive success. Become massively successful. That's how you become even. Thank you, sir. Involved in their organization. They saw something in you. Whoever asked you to be a part of their team, they saw greatness in you. See, you need people in your life who can see things that you can't see. You want to find whoever got you in the business and say to them, thank you. I told Robert Boyd, who recruited me for Best Line Products, thank you, Bob. I don't know what you saw, but I'm not going to disappoint you. You find whoever recruited you, because you are looking for eagles in this business. You're not looking for people who need more. You're looking for people who want more. Let us say together, it's possible. Everybody together, it's possible. I can live my dreams. I will work on myself every day. I will retrain my thinking every day. I will listen to audio programs. I would read 10 to 15 pages of something positive every day. I will turn off my television and turn on my life. Let us say together, it's necessary to detoxify your life.
So, Les, everybody that watches this program, they want to become professionals. They want to develop the skills necessary in order to be able to succeed. And over the years, what are the common attributes that you see of people who are the superstars, that are the professionals, that are the rock stars?
The common theme that I've seen, those individuals that can tell their story and create value for the audience, and as a result of people being in the experience of that setting, they leave there feeling better about themselves, believing in their product, believing in the industry, and believing in the possibility that they can grow their business. And that's crucial.
And when you say story, it's not just in front of an audience, it might be just to another person.
101, small groups, on the telephone, because your product, there's a story behind it. Why you became involved in the business, there's a story behind it. You look at the Dexter Yeagers, the Sharon Sharifs, all of them had a story that they told that other people bought into. When you are presenting to any type of person, one individual, small group, or large group, 3 questions going on in their head. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? And so, if you don't answer those 3 questions, people will listen, they'll be polite, and then they'll walk away.
The other underlying...
So say those three again.
Yeah, who are you? What do you have?
Right.
And why should I care? So you have to strategically tell your story to create an experience for the person. And it's very important, experience, Eric, because a lot of people who become involved in network marketing, they spend a lot of time giving out a lot of information.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. No. People, when they are listening to you, two questions going on in their head. Can I do it? And is it worth it? Okay? So you have to create an experience where that person will say, I can do this, and it's worth my doing this. I'm back. I'm starting the Les Brown Leadership Entrepreneurial Institute, teaching our young people how to go into business for themselves, teaching them how to become entrepreneurs, giving them a larger vision of themselves, letting them know that you don't live life as it is, you live life as you are. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Transforming their mindset, teaching them the skill set that's required in this new economy of accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. Letting them know that this is a time where you have to learn, you have to unlearn, learn, and relearn. Unlearn the way that you've been operating and thinking and behaving. And you must relearn because things are constantly changing. And so my vision has been, and I did it in Washington, D.C. and in Chicago, training kids and their parents and relatives together. I'm going to do it. I'm getting ready for 2023. And I want, if you believe as I believe, what you're about to see is something that has value. I want to see some fire. Tola, would you please play the video?
Let us say together, there's greatness in me. Use my talent and my understanding to the best of my ability.
You're the individuals that will begin to write the course of history. Change the world first start by changing yourself. You want to start holding a vision of how you see yourself in the future. I had a vision.
We hope to get out of this. Our group is actually called the World Changers. We hope to get out of this conference is just ways to develop ourselves and improve our skills, like our networking skills, communication skills, things like that. I want the group to change the world. And what we learned is that when we speak, we need to be speaking to connect to others. What we plan to learn is that we need to become excellent servants to become excellent leaders.
Hi, my name is Wale. My group is the Future Leaders of America. And we've learned so far how to acquire knowledge and use it to become successful. And we're yet to learn how to tap into our inner potential and inner greatness.
My name is Joseph, and I'm in the Achievers group. I plan to learn how to be a good, successful leader and how to be able to manage money and to make the right decisions financially in the long run.
In order to be successful, you must be willing to do the things today. In order to have the things tomorrow, others won't have.
My name is Stephanie. My group name is Think Big, Make It Big. One thing we learned is that it's good to dare to be different. One thing we hope to get out of this is how to give and take positive criticism.
Someone's opinion of you does not have to talk your reality.
Hello, my name is Larry Arekarun, and we are the Billionaire Boys Club. And, well, what I've learned so far is that in order to be successful, you have to go and follow your dreams and, master your skill. Like, when you get a skill, you gotta turn it into something positive.
My name is Ashley Kennedy, and the name of my group is Future Leaders. I hope to learn that I can make a lot of money in what I love to do. And what I've already learned is that you can be successful in life no matter what you do.
My name is Tejuade Wale, and basically, well, my group is called the Mindset Sisters. And basically, we learned a lot of things. We learned how to, if you have a goal, it should become a part of you. It should become a part of your daily routine. If you see your goal, if you envision your goal.
Connect.
In life, you may not have but inside of you do have that. The appearance might be that you don't have what you need. You may not have the connections, you may not have the resources, you may not have the information, you may not have the education. Okay? But that doesn't mean that you cannot get it. It doesn't mean that you cannot attain it. And it does not mean that you have to be unstoppable. Let me hear you say, I am not. I have a better way. Let's say, I am unstoppable.
This just concludes our first evening of our training. You're talking about some incredible young people. Our future is bright because they are here. Our future is just incredible because these young people have goals and dreams and they have a sense of destiny. And so we're just excited about the possibilities. Let me tell you something. Look out, world. You've got some great young people here that's going to come and take it to the next level and create a brighter future. From my lips to God's ears. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's Baby Boy. As I was watching that, they used a law that they used to investigate the mafia, to investigate me. And they said I had sloppy bookkeeping because the city gave me $100,000 to train youth, and I spent $125,000. I spent $25,000 of my own money. And they asked, where'd you get it from? None of your business. It's my money. And I chose not to turn any kids away. And I used my own money. I put my money where my mouth was. But they used the mafia law. Now, is there anything harmful that you saw in that video that would require that they use a mafia law? And the mafia law is a law that's, I think it's called the MICO. I'm not sure what it is, but it's someone knows out there. But what it says is that they asked, that Mamie Harold they asked Janet Reno, what has he done wrong? And she said, oh, nothing, but we're just investigating him to see if he's done anything wrong. Wow. Wow. What was wrong in their view? When you're empowering our youth, as long as they're using filthy language and shaking their behinds and acting ignorant, it's okay. That's not any threat to society. But when they have goals and dreams and visions of themselves in the future, and when they're articulate and can express themselves, now that's a threat. Now the person, whoever's doing that, that's a threat. We need to investigate him. And that's what they did to me. And I thanked them for it. Because had they not done that, I would not have what he will. So I'm coming back. I'm back. I'm so glad I was born and preserved for such a time as this. Our children need a lot of help. If you agree with me, I want to see some flames. If you agree, if you see the booty shaking on these
various platforms and just listen to the language of their indecent, filthy language has now become the new normal. They just can't say 2 or 3 words without cussing. Woo! I mean, it's in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. If you believe as I believe, that we need to create a movement to capture our kids' minds from these tablets, from the images that they see of themselves throughout all the platforms in the internet. There are algorithms that's been created in China. They teach and train their kids to become entrepreneurs, how to think, become critical thinkers, how to build businesses, how to invest in themselves and prepare them for the future. And the algorithms through those same platforms in the United States, totally opposite. Totally opposite. Corrupt their thinking, negative images, a blurred vision, no sense of purpose and direction. However, there's no algorithm between you and I. If you believe as I believe, and I want to see some flames, what you just saw has some value and can make a difference in our kids' lives. Many of those kids now see them and they said, "You changed my life." To God be the glory. Do I have any flames coming up, Calvin? No, I'm talking about on your phone. You're not even looking. Excuse me. He's not even paying any attention to where I am. I got to get somebody with me that can help me. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I've got to get a vision of them living a different kind of life. If you believe that, I want to see some thumbs up or some flames up in here. November the 11th through the 13th. I'm going to be teaching and sharing with people some of the things that we use in the Les Brown Leadership and Entrepreneurial Institute, sponsored by the Greatness Center. We will not have any government funding. And those of you that believe in what I'm doing, I'm open to your helping us. I want parents to come with their children, to be involved. We have to change a whole household, the parents and the kids. And I've had parents in training and they loved it.
What I'd like for you to do right now, I want you to think about your dream, because I'm in a room full of dreamers. Think about your dream right now. I want you to think about it and envision it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me share something with you. I do not believe that any of us have dreams that were not given to us for the purpose of accomplishing those particular dreams. And I want to share something with you that has changed my life. I started out, as was indicated by Jack, it's very humble beginnings. I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how far-fetched it might appear to be. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. But here's what I know, that dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. Let's say that together, please. Say, it's possible. See, sometimes we can't say, I can do that. But what we can say, that it's possible that I can have my dream. As we run toward it, as we work on it day in and day out. No one, ladies and gentlemen, could have convinced me when I started out just over 6 years ago, working on my dream. And I want you to think about whatever your dream is, because I was willing to take a chance. And most people won't do that. Most of the people that you talk to try and bring them into the business, these are not risk takers. Most people have done all that they're ever going to do. They raise a family, they earn a living, and then they die. But people who are running toward their dreams, life has a special kind of meaning. And here's what I will share with you. that in the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you. What you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine. What you will realize is that you're greater than your circumstances, that you don't have to go through life being a victim. As Jack indicated, I was born in Miami, Florida, in an area called Liberty City, in an abandoned building on a hard linoleum floor with my twin brother. We were 6 weeks of age. We were adopted. When I was in 5th grade, I was identified as EMR, labeled educable, mentally retarded, put back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade, and stayed in that category until I got out of high school. I don't have any college training, but I met a high school teacher who one day changed my life. I was waiting on another student, and when he came in, he said to me, "Young man, go to the board and write what I'm about to tell you." And I said, I can't do that, sir. He said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not one of your students." He said, "It doesn't matter. Follow my directions now." I said, "I can't do that, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'm educable, mentally retarded." And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me. He said, "Don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality." And that man, Mr. Leroy Washington, did something for me. He started planting seeds in my mind that enabled me to begin to dream, as Dexter has been doing for you. And ladies and gentlemen, I started working on my dream. And most people don't work on their dreams. Why? For many years I didn't. One is because of fear. The fear of failure. What if things don't work out? And the fear of success. What if they do and I can't handle it? The other thing is that most people, ladies and gentlemen, they get comfortable. They stop growing, they stop working on themselves, they stop stretching, they stop pushing themselves, and they end up becoming very cynical about life, and they throw in the towel on themselves, and on their families, and on their dreams. And the other thing is that most people don't feel worthy. What I'm doing now, I could have been doing years ago. But because I did not have a college education, because I didn't believe in myself, because I allowed other people's opinion of me to control my destiny, I didn't act on my ideas. So I applaud you for your dreaming, for your running toward your dream. I applaud you for believing in yourself, because that's what life is about, stretching and challenging, looking for ways that you can begin to improve yourself. And ladies and gentlemen, as a result of stretching out, of acting on my dream, and I don't know what that dream is for you, I can tell you that it's possible. No one could have convinced me that after just over 6 years, I will have my own book entitled Live Your Dreams. Just over 6 years, I will have 5 specials on public television. Just over 6 years, I've done motivational speaking for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, Xerox, IBM. Just over 6 years. I will now have my own talk show that will premiere on Monday, Labor Day. I'm saying to you, your dream is possible. Your dream is possible. But not only is it important that you believe and begin to know that it's possible for you to live your dream as you run toward it, but I've done something that I want to share with you called Choosing Your Future. In fact, I've developed a set of tapes talking about how to begin to create your own reality by choosing your future. And not only is it important for you to know it's possible for you to choose your future, but it's necessary that you work on yourself, that you develop yourself. It's necessary that you get the energy drainers out of your life, people who don't want anything. It's necessary to know that everybody won't see it, that everybody won't join you, that everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation. That you are an uncommon breed. You know, you have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself. That's necessary. It's also, ladies and gentlemen, necessary that you be creative when you're working on your ideas. That you understand the importance of changing up, of readjusting your strategies. Many times we can have a great idea, but if you're not advancing it in the right way and things don't happen, you become discouraged and think the idea doesn't work. No, that's not true. It's necessary that we become creative. I remember when I was in New York walking down the street, and a guy approached me and said, "Hey, mister, can I shine your shoes?" And I said, "No, I'm in a hurry. I don't have time." I kept walking. Someone else said, "Hey, man, your shoes look clutty. May I shine your shoes?" I said, "No, I don't have time. I'm sorry, I'm busy." And I was walking fast, and many people solicited me for my business. And then finally, a young man stepped in front of me, and he said, "Excuse me." And he started counting, 97, 98, 99, 100. He said, "Sir?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Come here, please." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Today is my birthday. And every year, just to thank God for another year of life, the 100th person who passes my shoe shine stand, I offer them a free shoe shine. Would you give me the honors?" I said, "Why, sure." I got up on the shoe shine stand, George, and I sat there, and he shined my shoes diligently. And when I got down, I looked at them, they were sparkling. And I was walking away, and I said, "Thank you." And I stopped. I said, "Excuse me, but how much do you usually charge?" He said, "Only $2. I said, "I tell you what, today's your birthday. Here's $5. Keep the change." He said, "Thank you." As I was walking away, looking in the opposite direction at other people coming, he started counting again. 97, 98, 99, 100. It's necessary that you be flexible, that you are always thinking of how can I improve this better. This is a customer-driven economy. It's necessary for you to always explore various ways in which you can improve the quality of service that you're providing for the people in your organization. I remember something, a major company had talked about the extra value service they were providing for their customers. And the lady who had the news conference summarized it this way. She said, "It's not our intention to satisfy our customers or to please our customers. Our intention is to amaze them." It's necessary, if you're going to compete today, that you look for ways to amaze your customers by being one of those individuals that keep your commitments, that keep your word, that's relentless. It's necessary as you work with the people that you bring into your organization, that they see that you are a good example of a person to work with because you model integrity and determination and ambition and truth and honesty and the way in which you conduct business. The next step is, that is you. That is you. That no one can do it for you but you. And even though you face disappointments, even though you will experience some setbacks, it goes with the territory. You must understand that. I remember I was playing a game with my 9-year-old son, John Leslie, and I beat him 10 straight games in a game called Connect 4. And finally, I said, "John Leslie, I'm bored. I don't want to play you anymore." And I got up. I said, "I'm ready to go to sleep now." And repeat out to me, please. Let's say this together. "It's not over until I win." John Leslie said, "No, you can't go now, Dad." I said, "Why?" He said, "It's not over until I win."